We could just say first, it sucks because it's like when you hear about a domestic abuse case or whatever, it's like you want to give the woman the benefit of the doubt, but also as soon as they say that, the guy is just dragged through the dirt.
Within hours of being into 2022, an up-and-coming famous person already had committed intimate partner homicide. In the morning of January 1st, rapper J Stash, whose real name is Justin Joseph, led his girlfriend Jeanette Gallegos into the master bedroom of their home. The two had been arguing apparently about their relationship. They'd been together for about a year is what has been reported, and he'd been living there with her and her kids for a few months at this point. So they're arguing about their relationship. He takes her into the master bedroom and locks the door. They continue arguing. Jeanette's sons happened to be in the home at the time. A lot of places are reporting 5 to 11 years old. One source said 7, 9, and 11 years old. But they were apparently concerned about their mom. The fact that they were concerned about their mom suggests that there were other red flags. There was other stuff that put it into these boys' minds that their mom might not be okay. When shots were fired, one of them called their grandma, who encouraged them to call 911. This is the second story that I've done in the last 6 months where kids were around, heard gunshots, and called grandma, who told them to call 911. So it's just a little bit of sad nostalgia for me. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department responded to a report of domestic violence and shots fired at 7:14 a.m. They were met by the boys running out of the home to them when they pulled onto the property, and they quickly got the boys off the property and out of harm's way. And then they went into the house and broke down the door into the master bedroom, and that's where they found the bodies of Jay Stash, who was 28, and Jeanette, who was 27. The female victim sustained multiple gunshot wounds, while the male victim sustained an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. And obviously a handgun was found at the residence. I wish that people would take people's histories more seriously. That's one of the reasons why I do this channel, and I try to explain to you what are intimate partner homicide red flags, because if you don't know the red flags, then you can't pick them out in somebody's history, and you might just brush that stuff off, and you shouldn't. It matters. I'm not saying that everything is built on their history, like what they've done in the past does not necessarily guarantee what they're going to do in the future, but it definitely matters, especially in these cases. So, in an interview with Crack Magazine in 2017, Jay Stash reportedly said a few different things. He said that you can pretty much just call me a hustler. Growing up, I never had a job, but I always managed to get by on my own terms. For me, educating myself was the most important thing, and turning the skills I learned on the streets into more legitimate avenues. Growing up, I used to sell drugs and things like that, but that taught me how to earn a living. That background and hustle is still in me to this day. It motivates me now to never stop working. And he did have some business sense to him. He also talked at some point or another about how the music was really not his main focus, that was just his in to be able to get famous and get money so that he could then do business stuff. So he was doing business deals internationally, and that's what he was working on building up. Just because somebody has some business skills does not mean that they can't and won't murder, clearly. But selling drugs and things that happen when you're selling drugs and using drugs, that stuff does not generally lead to good behavior later. It doesn't mean that they can't be good people by any means, but it's not a good thing. It's a red flag. In 2014, he was charged with hitting his girlfriend Danielle Phaeton in the face and the body at around about 3 a.m. September 15th in the apartment that they had shared for about a year. They were arguing when he began hitting Danielle, cutting up her lip and her nose, giving her a black eye, and injuring her head, police said. We have the benefit of something that she had posted about it. This is very hard for me at this moment in my life to express my heart, mind to the world, but I will say these last few months have been the worst months of my life. I was dating someone, Jay Stash, that abused me verbally, emotionally, and physically throughout the end duration of our relationship. Monday morning on September 15th, 2014, my life was forever changed. The person I thought and believed I could trust, whom I gave my love, time, energy to, brutally punched me in the face repeatedly with his fists while I became slowly unconscious, covered in blood in his Brooklyn apartment bed.
I did hit her due like self-defense, like 2 times, literally in 2 seconds.
After he was done, he told me not to tell anyone, to not tell my friends. He also started to prepare legal action to protect himself in case I pressed charges against him.
So shit was cool. You know, we made up, had sex, whatever, fucking same night.
He cried and became unstable within his emotions and was apologetic towards his actions, but would continue to say that I did this to myself.
I broke up with her. She couldn't accept it.
He then boarded a flight to Japan a few hours after and has been sending me text messages claiming that he will destroy me even more than he already did. He said he will ruin my life. I got brutally beaten for confronting him on infidelity, which caused him to become violent in an instant.
She went through my phone. I guess she seen some shit she didn't want to see.
Do not interpret this as a cry for help. This is honestly a decision to speak up against domestic violence for those who can't, due to the manipulative acts our abusers inflict on us to never speak up, and for those who didn't survive because of brutal domestic violence. I will not allow myself to sit in the shadows of darkness and disrespect myself for not taking a stand. I am speaking out for all my women. Be brave. This is what bravery looks like. Jay Sash's social media response to Danielle's message was, I recently discovered that my ex-girlfriend, Danielle Phaeton, also known as Danny Fee, went to the internet to post slanderous accusations about me. Due to the fact that I broke up with her, I have given everything to Danny over the course of our relationship. Not only did I give her my love, but I gave her 2 luxurious homes to stay at. I also gave her over $30,000 and funded everything to do with her achieving her dreams and career aspirations, including setting up her business, buying all the materials for her brand, and also handling all the business operations from having my people run her emails and meetings. Never would I promote domestic violence or be a part of such actions. I have never asked her for anything, and it hurts me to feel betrayed by this slander of my image to the public. People change when they see someone coming up in this world, and I'm starting to realize that. All I can say at this moment is I love my fans and my Relax Records family. There are 2 sides to every story. Believe that. Due to the legal process, I can't disclose more information at this time. He later turned himself into the Brooklyn police, and as a result, the charges of criminal obstruction of breathing and assault were dropped. But actually, I'm going to play a clip for you where he talks about this more.
There's a lot of accusations about you being a woman beater out there. This was the whole thing. It was in fucking the New Yorker.
The New York Times.
And I know that you want to clear it up because you posted about it on Instagram the other day. You said, I might do an interview one day.
3 days ago, you said, I might do a long interview about clearing this up.
Alright, so I got into this little altercation with my ex-girlfriend, pretty much. I broke up with her. She couldn't accept it. I let her come to my house one night when I was going, like, the same night I was going to Japan, because, like, she was pretty much homeless, you know. I had her come through, I was sleeping. She went through my phone. I guess she seen some shit she didn't want to see. Pretty much got on the phone, started, like, crying, telling whoever she was on the phone with that, oh, she's going to, like, beat me up or some shit. So pretty much I wake up to her on top of me, literally just, like, punching me in my face. You feel me? Like, the room's mad dark. Like, she's just on top of me, punching me, like, attacking me. So throughout that incident, like, I did hit her through, like, self-defense, you know, like, 2 times, literally in 2 seconds. And I just started restraining her, you know?
Right.
And right after that, like, I got on the phone with my mom and told her, like, yo, this girl just pretty much beat me up and now she has a black eye. I'm about to go to Japan. Like, what do I do? Blah, blah, blah. My mom calmed her down, you know?
So your mom was talking to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
So shit was cool. You know, we made up. Had sex, whatever, fucking same night.
And then you went to Japan, though.
Yeah, went to Japan. So I kicked her out. I had her sister come pick her up, and then, like, she was just, like, texting me, like, yo, I'm about to just, like, post these pictures up and just, like, ruin your career pretty much. Because at the time, I had, like, a sponsorship with, like, Alexander Wang. I was doing, like, big shows. I was about to get signed, you know.
Right.
So pretty much, I ended up blocking her.
And what was she so mad at you about? Was just the fact that you were fucking other girls or whatever she's seen in your phone? She was just mad at you in general, so she's like, I'm going to air you out.
Yeah, pretty much. She felt like I cheated on her, but in reality, I wasn't even going out with her.
Yeah.
So the day I got back to New York to my apartment, she posted a false statement on Tumblr.
Right.
making it seem like I've been abusing her throughout our whole relationship, like I'm a woman beater. Like, it was literally crazy. But me being me, what I did, I was like, yo, I gotta fucking get out of here now, because, like, this shit just, you know, like, the police are gonna come to my door, you know? I got fucking drugs in my house, all this shit. I had to clean up all that shit.
Right.
Go to fucking Florida. Had to hire the best attorney in New York, you know? Shout out to Alex Spiro, Ben Braffman. Took me like 8 months to clear that shit up, you know? But I was proven not guilty. They pretty much just, like, threw it out, you know? Because it was self-defense. It's crazy because, like, the fact that, like, with this girl, I did everything for her, you know? Like, I funded everything for her. She lived with me. I took care of her. I was still looking out for her. You know, and the fact that she did this to ruin my life, you know?
Right.
It's kind of crazy because I knew I was fucking innocent, so it's just like,
right.
I'm not no fucking woman beater, you know? The fuck? It's over now. Got a new girlfriend.
Wait, so she put it on Tumblr, then she went to the cops, then she had to press charges, and then was she trying to get money too, like sue you, or was she just trying to ruin you?
Because it went viral.
Yeah.
So, like, the state of New York, they have, like, a zero tolerance for, like, domestic violence anyways. So they were trying to treat it like a high case. Pretty much trying to make an example out of me. I'm a young black man trying to be successful. So, you know, they're just like...
How much did they use, like, your social media? Because, I mean, your name is Fuck You Sluts.
Yeah, you must have been tempted to change that, right?
It's got to be.
Yeah. Well, the state of New York, their attorneys, they're, like, trash. So, like, they were trying to come at me, but, you know, I had the best lawyer. So, like, anything they will come at, like, we'll just counter that and, like, demolish them. So it's just like...
Yeah.
He talks about how it just got dropped because it was false and it was decided that it was unmerited. But if it was unmerited, I don't think that they would have spent 8 months arguing it in court. I think that was a money thing and the ability to afford a good attorney thing, not it wasn't a legitimate thing. This incident was significant, and it's even more significant that this woman, Danielle, is missing. She has been listed as missing by the New York Police Department since April of 2021. To my knowledge, she's still missing. I haven't been able to find anything else on her. If this girl is still an issue for him, he has money, he travels a lot, he knows people in a lot of places. It'd be real easy for him to make somebody disappear. And he started dating Jeanette, and then 3 months later, Danielle goes missing. And then 9 months after that, Jeanette is dead. It's worth considering, because if somebody is going to be abusive or controlling or whatever, they're not going to it's not going to be isolated to one person or one event. It's a belief system. I've been looking up like lyrics to his music because I kind of want to get an idea of his character, and definitely doing drugs and using women, that's a thing for him. It's definitely not I respect women and I want to keep you safe perspective at all. But what are your thoughts on how music lyrics correlate to real world stuff? Obviously, lots of rap talks about drugs, talks about making money, and disrespects women. Do you feel like that matters? The people that are singing it, is it really the way that they believe and they feel, or do you think that that's just like a front for rap? And the people that are listening to it, do you think that that's the way that they feel, or think that reality actually is? How does that impact their lives? A GoFundMe page was started for Jeanette by her sister Erica, and she wrote, "With a heavy heart, my sister passed away on January 1st, 2022. A tragic and unexpected loss for my family and nephews. God has gained another angel. My sister was full of life. She was the sweetest, most caring person, always there for everyone who needed her. Her favorite quote, 'Live today because tomorrow is not promised.' My sister leaves behind 3 beautiful boys who will have to continue living life with what's left, the memories created with their mommy. Always smiling, smart, and loved your children. I'm going to miss working with you. And may your beautiful soul rest in eternal peace. You'll always be our cheer sister, Jeanette. Fly high, beauty. She had a post from 2015 that one of her sons had done for her for Mother's Day, a craft from school. I just thought it was beautiful. It's so a mom. She said, what my big boy did for me for Mother's Day, I loved it. So nice. Thank you, love. Her boys are going to live on. And I want them to know that just the little bit that I was able to see on Facebook, being a mom myself, I know she loved you. And I know that you were her world. She had shared another picture when she graduated in 2019. Says, Mommy got you guys. Forever and ever us. My motivation and strength. This is just the beginning. Grad school, here I come. As a mom, I feel like I understand her heart there so much. And I want you boys to know that she loves you. She loved you. She loves you. And as you grow up, I hope you don't forget that, because it was real. So I was looking at my calendar for a live, and I don't know about being able to stay consistent on a day. I'm going to try. I'm really bad at that just with non-live ones, so it honestly scares me a lot. But let's plan on Tuesday, January 25th, 1 o'clock in the afternoon Central Standard Time. And I'll do a little bit of a teaching, and then we can have just a time to chat for a little bit afterwards. Mark your calendar. I'm going to have some coffee or some tea with me because I like to be able to have some warm, soothing, comforting drink when I'm doing this type of topics, because it's hard stuff. So I would recommend that for you too. But I look forward to being able to connect with you there. Until I see you again, stay safe.
And people are so quick to believe whatever the fuck they hear about people too, right? Like, it's just, they're so quick to just turn on somebody and want to find a reason to hate on them.
Yeah, they don't know the story, none of that shit, but...
Yeah.